Hello everyone, my name is Rochelle Innocent and I'm the founder and CEO of Project Purpose. Welcome to our channel. Our community is focused on fostering the intellectual and character development in children. We do this through our parent-child workshops that are focused on 4 themes: autonomy, self-efficacy, compassion, and self-concept, in order to cultivate grit, perseverance, and resilience in each child. And we are so thrilled to be offering one of the first of its kind digital, virtual, and continuous learning environments, enabling parents and children to connect from all around the world. At Project Purpose, our overarching mandate is to renew and rebuild family, community, and relationships. Our different social media platforms provide us with an opportunity to have discussions and to create space on all topics that relate to family, community, and relationships with ourselves as well as with others, with a primary focus on mental health and education. More precisely, the ways that the institutions of mental health and education play a role and have played a role in our societies at large. These discussions and debates provide us with an opportunity to think critically about what needs to change within these structures for us to live up to our bold slogan, support, protect, and empower each child through youth-focused development, better known as leadership in juvenescence. We recognize that in valuing our children's leadership potential, this also translates as recreating and co-creating environments, both socially and politically, that will enable our children to thrive. Now, for those of you who are particularly keen on the topic, we also write thought pieces every other Sunday. We actually just dropped a thought piece this past Monday, but be sure to meander over to the website and check out our online content. Now, if it is the case that you are looking for a listening alternative, well, we have 12 podcast platforms available for your listening leisure, and we've provided you with access to all of the links down below. Now, as is the convention, be sure to subscribe, hit that post notification bell so that you are aware of every time we post. And of course, if you like these conversations and you want to keep them going, like, comment, and share this segment. Let's get into it. Allô les meufs et les mecs. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another segment here on Project Purpose. For those of you who are new, we cover topics that relate to mental health, mental wellness, and education on a week-by-week basis. And today our topic of discussion is mental health. And on the conversation of mental health, I want to have a discussion on pain, my hot take on pain, the purpose of pain, and how it is we benefit ourselves as well as our mental health, but when we take an opportunity to reframe our periphery and our definition of pain and really the function and the purpose of pain within each of our individual lives. So from personal experience, I am someone who very much believes that pain is a conduit to growth, to development, to actualization. I don't think any of those things really happen without having gone through an experience that is jarring. And yes, it's unfortunate that growth can't always be rainbows and butterflies. It's unfortunate that it can't only be through the positive experiences, though I do believe that we do experience growth in the highs in life, but I think we experience transformative metamorphosis style growth when we're going through really difficult times. But I think it's really the mindset that we take on it. So I want to talk a little bit about mindset and pain. And so my mindset around pain is that pain provides me the opportunity to get a closer look at myself, a closer look at the development that took place when I wasn't paying attention, a closer look at my belief system, at my value system, a closer look at all of the different underlying themes at play within me that are going to respond or that are going to be triggered, that are going to be reacted by the circumstance or by the situation that is creating this pain within me. And so with pain comes a lot of introspection for me, and with that introspection and with that reflection, I like to turn that pain into something that will benefit me. I want to turn it into something that will serve me, and then I want to let the pain in and of itself go. And I find that a lot of people struggle with pain because their focus is on the pain. Their focus really isn't so much on what the pain is doing within them, what the pain is revealing to them, what the pain is trying to bring out of them, and they're really just blinded by the pain in and of itself. And I think that we really need to just have open conversations around the fact that none of us can avoid pain in life. Pain is part of everyone's life, and our journey is going to dictate what kind of pain we experience. But I'm a firm believer that we are built to sustain the pain that we interact with. in our journeys or in our path. And I think some people think that I say this because they don't think I've had struggle. And I was born into suffering. I believe that from the very beginning, my parents were very young. They had very, I think, unrealistic ideals of what marriage was like, what being a man and a woman was like. There's a lot of power dynamics there. I talked a little bit about my family dynamics in past videos. But I think also, their trauma created a lot of distance, right? So while they provided for me materially, while I knew to some extent that there was care and consideration for me, a lot of that didn't translate in ways that I personally needed because they were still consumed with their own pain. But even the pain of that lack of connection has really fostered something within me because I decided that rather than let it break me, I want to allow it to build me. And I think all of us have a decision about how it is we leverage, how we take the pain that we experience in life and what does it bring out within us as a conduit, but it is us who decides what it brings forth. So pain can bring forth a lot of bitterness, a lot of resentment if we're stuck on why it happened to us. I think there's a lot of things that take place in life that are not justified, that we cannot rationalize, that are beyond the realm of understanding. They're just terrible things that have taken place. And my conversation around pain isn't me trying to broadly brush over the trauma that all of us have experienced. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to diminish the trauma. I'm not trying to sugarcoat the trauma with, hey, well, at least at the very end of the day, you get growth out of it. I'm here to say that through trauma, we can see ourselves and also get periphery, get insight into how strong we actually are. Not what the trauma made in us, but what we became in response to the trauma. And I think that brings about a lot of joy in hard times. It brings about a lot of reflection and introspection and awareness of all of what's happening within me as I'm responding to the circumstances that are often unprovoked, unforeseen. I am unprepared, ill-equipped to deal with it. But because I recognize that the pain, the discomfort that I'm experiencing, the discombobulation that I'm experiencing, the disorientation that I'm experiencing, that if I find a way to adapt through it, to find clarity in it, if I find a way to navigate that with all of me aware and present in that situation, then that pain will be a conduit to a different version of me that can really thrive in any and every situation thrown my way. And so with that in mind, my perspective on pain is very different. I refuse to live life now avoiding pain. I embrace pain as part of the journey. I don't think the journey is about avoiding all of the things that are uncomfortable in life. I think what makes life very beautiful, what makes me appreciate the beauty and the highs is recognizing how far I've come. It's me recognizing all of the things that were thrown in my path, all of the struggles, the hardships, all of the really toxic relationships that I had to grow away from, right? Break free from. And a lot of that took a lot of pain. I had to recognize that there's a certain amount of pain that we can't allow to exist. We can't sustain the pain that exists in our life, and that pain is meant to be a conduit and then go, right? And I think that brings me to the last point that I want to make here on pain. And pain is a broad, very, very deep topic, but I just want to talk about perspective and mindset around pain. Is that pain isn't there to fester, right? That's where pain becomes toxic. We can't let the pain go. Pain is there to bring out abilities, bring out an awareness of the abilities that were dormant, bring out an awareness of what it is that we have within us to do the things that we feel inclined to do, to set us on our path towards purpose, but it's not there to be this festering wound that we nurture, right? We need to recognize pain as a conduit, and when it no longer serves us, once we've gotten past that situation, when that situation is just something we look back on, we need to look back on it with the intention of releasing the pain, releasing the energy that was inflicted on us from the situations, the people, and the circumstances that stood to be those lessons at those points in time in our lives. And I think that's really the hard part, because a lot of us are so stuck on the pain and the why, and there's no logical or rational or justified why for a lot of the pain that we have been subjected to. So just focus on the what did it bring out in me? How can I make this something that brings out beauty in me, brings out strength and resilience in me, brings out a higher level of endurance in me? How can have this build into my character in a good way, in a way that feeds me, that nourishes me, nourishes my spirit? How do I heal my spirit from the pain that I've experienced, rather than focusing on the pain in and of itself and why that pain was not valid? I think all of us are going to deal with pain in our life, and I don't think that there's going to be a rhyme and reason behind the kinds of pain that we experience. There are people here in the world who, their intent is to hurt, and I think that it is for us to decide what we do with that hurt, what we do with the harm, and how we can alchemize the harm and make it into something beautiful, not because it should be, not because it would be, but because it can, because we have that possibility, because we choose how to write our stories, and we choose how to narrate the events that took place in our life, and that is nothing but power. So I'm here to encourage you. I'm here to give you a different perspective on pain, and I hope that the perspective that I provided you on pain helps you see the things that you've been through, that you're going through right now, and focus on you. Focus on how you can actualize through those experiences. Cultivate a sense of awareness as to the strength that actually is there, working in our weakest moments, and I hope that you find it within you to rise above it. In any case, that was it for today, but definitely not all. Now, before letting you go, I would be remiss if I didn't let you know that we will be going live twice a month, every month for the foreseeable future on our Facebook page. So definitely be sure to tune in. Now, these events are paid events, so if you do see yourself participating in our community on an ongoing basis, then I do suggest that you take a look at one of our package plans. Yes, we do offer package plans over and above our live events, as well as access to webinars and workshops, largely focused on self-mastery over and above these events. So definitely be sure to check it out. Be part of our Game Changer community, being part of the change that you want to see, allowing us a small role to play in your journey. We are on the road to 1K. We invite all of you to follow us across all of our social media platforms, and we look forward to chatting with each and every one of you very soon. We'll talk to you later.